Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Oh, did the Jets miss this guy? Here's Breece Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Here's Rodgers to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. James now to return. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 38. They run with the 2nd-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
A good rip by Pacheco. And you have to go back to 1990 with Johnny Johnson with the Cardinals to find a rookie 7th rounder with more rushing yards than he had last season. The 251st pick out of Rutgers took over the KC backfield with 830 yards in 2022.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Oh, what a move. There he goes, left side. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. A big play there out of Cook. 43 yards on the ground. A wet track like this, I don't know if it helps anybody, but it probably helps the offensive player running the ball more than the defense.
And while they're doing that, there's also the matter of focus, not letting the elements get in the way of still doing everything you're supposed to do. Although you do think to yourself, I've got to hold it a little bit tighter and be more careful with my footing.
He was careful, got a big run out of it. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. You talk about this Chiefs defense. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt, but with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. A huge loss on the play. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return.
And the Jets will take over.
At their own 47-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a first down. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Under pressure, they got him again. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
We're scoreless after one.
First quarter with no score.
Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets.
Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Justin Reed.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams there to bring him down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
Partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd down and long.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Cook up the gut. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Look at the juke. How about this? Dalvin Cook. He's to the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Dalvin Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. A dump down to McKenna. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Two minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Oh, design run for their wideout. There he goes, left side. Valdez-Scantling. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are once again back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that 2nd play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Rodgers.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The Jets had 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
The Jets on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Forced out to his left.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
Here's James returning.
Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right? Trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. A man who re-signed with the Chiefs back in May. Here's Jerick McKinnon. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it, no matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Screen play, McKinnon. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush.
Taking it right down Broadway. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Attack!
Now it's Mahomes again. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Richie James, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Here's Rodgers. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Rodgers now on first down. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get some.
Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
15.
A run by Pacheco on second down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Has his man, that's James. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Rodgers going to shift him around. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a first down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
A 46-yard attempt.
And this one's not close. Not even close. Short and to the right. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now a toss left for Pacheco. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do, and right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Jets will take over first and 10.
At their own 47-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has. And now off to the races down the right side. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 52 yards. Cook is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. They'll give to Hall. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jets get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Pacheco gets it again on second down.
Found a little room there as he's out to about the 37.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you're worried about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And for Aaron Rodgers, that last throw, a big one. He goes over 60,000 passing yards for his great career, something only 8 others have done before. A very cool moment, and congratulations to him on what has been an exceptional career. There for the tackle was Trent McDuffie.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
On play action, now Rodgers. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Rodgers going to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 28. And quickly they get to the line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Mahomes now to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cook. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. They come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Throwing it on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
The Chiefs on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Hardman on the return.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 44-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Now Rodgers.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York.
On the punt return. And the Chiefs have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Butker on for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Next to score, Chiefs 31, Jets 24.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Hall on a give up the middle. Room here to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 74 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Rodgers now on first down.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
On first and 10, here's Pacheco.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the first down, Chiefs.
Yellow. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Every yard they gain getting them better and better field position, and obviously a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us up?
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
taking it in from the 20.
And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target,
and the lead now up to 14.
Jets 24.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
This is first and 10.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
And they will get the conversion on third down, but the clock a more pressing factor.
That's good for Jets. First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
26.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.